Hey, what's up everybody? Thanks for clicking on the video. This is David Pendleton and we have made it. This is the Back 9 Rookie Edition Desert Dunes Tournament. Finally, I put together a solid round in the finals. It's been a long time since I've been in the hunt to try to banner, but finally put one together. Hey, if you're not a subscriber, please become one. It would mean a ton to me. If you would like to support my channel and give me a tip like you would your favorite bartender or server, you can do so in two different ways. One, there's a link to my PayPal in the comments. It would be greatly appreciated. Or you could also become a member to the channel, and that would be pretty sweet too. You can find that in the description below. And third, if you like the video, if it's helped you, please take a second there to hit the thumbs up and give it a like. All right, lots of drops on the Back 9 to share. Wish I could have had one or two shots back, but we take the good with the bad, as we do in the Golf Clash game. Hole number 1. Now, this is the first time that I've missed the second shot on hole number 1. Not on this account, I missed the other, so I knew what to correct on this account, and this was the one that I needed to hit the shot on. But there's nothing special here. This is white ring at the rough. 5 bars of top spin combined with max side spin to the right. 10% elevation. And the thing that I'm going to say here about shot number 2 is I did miss this one on my other account, like I said, but I do make it here. With this wind angle push, we need to do one of two things. One, we need to change the elevation to 15%, or you can play at 10% at max, like I do here, but I offset to the left-hand side of the cup. I did not want to change the elevation this far into a tournament. 2 bars of backspin. Notice here, I'm aiming at the left edge of the cup. 10% at max. Perfect ball. And this thing does go into the hole dead center, exactly where we wanted it to go. All right, so eagle on hole number 1 takes us to hole number 2. Okay, hole number 2, I need you to be wary of something, that this rough bump could go sideways. We have got to make sure that we use a marlin, of course, because if we don't, we're not able to pull our rings. But you need to have the setup shot exactly where I'm aiming here, okay? On my other account, I tried to play this shot a little bit more to the right-hand side of the rough. I hit a perfect ball, but I missed the rough, and I sent the ball flying into the back sand. So I took a par on that account. I learned from that mistake. I've moved my target up higher on the rough. You can see part of my yellow ring is in the fairway, and most of my yellow ring is in the rough. That's important to note. Here, I'm pulling it as we have been, minus 10% at minimum distance of our club. Now, I do hit a perfect ball. We do catch the rough, but unfortunately, we miss this one to the right-hand side. So I need you to play the exact same shot, but I would like you to add about 1/4 of a bar or maybe half of a bar of left side spin. I don't know if that's going to get you in the hole, but at least it should start to fight against that natural roll from left to right, and it'll be closer to me, for sure. You should come in at the pin. All right. Hole number 3, this is the first time I've hit a perfect ball on shot number 2, and I put this ball in the cup for an albatross. On my other account, it's just like I have not learned my lesson. I missed to the right-hand side like I have been all tournament with a perfect ball, so I decided to go ahead and just offset to the left like I've been telling you guys to do all tournament. Finally took my own advice. It's hard for me to do that, though, when I'm getting a first look. It's easy for me to tell you what to do after I miss a shot, but it's hard when you go into a different wind angle because you want to keep trying to play at pin, which is how I start to dial in shots. Okay, max left, 2.2, 2.3 top. We're going to find the sticky spot, which I'll just show you where it's at so you can kind of just aim like I did. So notice here, all of my yellow ring in the rough, just a little bit of the orange ring in the rough with most of the orange ring on the fairway. Notice here, I've got my ball guide line left-hand side of the cup. This thing is not dead center. Left-hand side of the cup. 0% pull at mid. There it is, albatross on hole number 3 with the perfect ball. I didn't think it was possible in rookie, but we got it. All right, everybody. I'm just not a fan of hole number 4. I'm going to go through this quick. The only way that I picked up the hole-in-one was the rough bump. But, you know, I couldn't take any risk on this one of going into the sand with this wind angle. And I think this is actually a good wind angle to drop it. But I had to play it safe. I had to take a guaranteed birdie. And sometimes you have to do that. It's hard to do that. But this was not the risk shot to take. So here, as you can see, I'm aiming center of the cup with about 4 bars of backspin. I'm playing this 35% at mid. That was 3.3 rings. That's what I pulled that one. And we're going to miss here to the left-hand side. So we need to add more elevation. Try to play this one at 40 or 45%. I know it's super high, but the numbers just work out that way. Okay, hole number 5. Not the best wind to try to do this in, but this is one where it was worth the risk to try to launch this ball as far up as I could. 10% elevation with the berserker. We're going to move our target back down on the fairway so that we can adjust our rings properly. And of course, this is where I go full OP. Thank goodness I hit a perfect ball. Really needed to pull off a perfect ball in order to try to get close here. Little lucky there too that we didn't clip the rough. That's going to leave us in for a shot that I am not a fan of. Well, that's not the shot. All right, hold on, bear with me. Come on, Dave. See, these early mornings are catching up to me on tournament weeks. Here it is. Okay. I knew I had it. Sorry about that. All right, so shot number 2 on hole 5. I was going to go with the max top spin approach on our Embringer. But, you know, I tried to play that earlier in the tournament, I think in the second round, and that shot stinks on this hole. So I decided to play up here, right? So you're going to see here, 10% at mid, but I noticed I decided to go with a backspin shot on the Embringer, and that's better on this hole than the full top spin. Notice I have my ball guideline making sure it's bouncing into the cup. That's very important in headwind. We do make the proper adjustment. We do hit perfect, and this ball is dead center. It finds itself at home, which is exactly where it's supposed to go. Okay. Now, this is also my other account. Now, on this account, you can see here that I was able to get a lower wind on my drive, which is why I'm so much higher and closer to the fringe. So, if you get a low wind on one of your accounts like I did, you might be able to get the ball further like this one. This is a situation where we go with the max top spin shot. I wanted to show you both drops because sometimes it's just all dependent on how the hole is going to play, which how much distance you get on your drive. That's why tournaments are not copy and paste. Sometimes you have to be able to think on the fly, but I'm very glad I was able to execute 2 different drives so I could show you 2 different ways to play that hole. Okay, hole number 6, 10% at max. As much top as you can, 2 bars, full right side spin because we're gambling, okay? If you don't want to gamble, then I want you to line this ball up like we have right in the middle of the fairway. Notice here, I'm favoring the right-hand side of the fairway. I am doing that on purpose. Perfect ball. Ultimately, what I want to do is I want to be as far on the right-hand side of this fairway as absolutely possible because we do get a wind angle in which we can try a rough bump to land an albatross. Now, you know what? Let me just see if this is fixed. I'm having all types of problems with my replays. When I go in here, it's showing balls that I don't even have that I'm using. And I know that's been a problem in the past. But I thought you were supposed to be able to exit the game and go back in, and that fixes that. 9, 8, 7, 6. Right? Yeah. So last time I tried to pull up this replay because this shot is close. It says I was playing with a freaking money ball that I don't even have. So hopefully this got my kingmaker. What is this? Wow. All right. Definitely not playing with the Centurion on rookie. But the spin is correct. No, it's not. I used 4 bars of top spin. I need you to take notes on this. This is really important if you're trying to pull off this albatross because you can get it. This is 4 bars of top spin, correct? Yeah, see, I change it. 4 top, max left. I want you to play this shot at 0% elevation, okay? 0%. That is what you're seeing here, except I used a kingmaker. I don't know why it has this ball up here. Kingmaker, 0%. 4 top, 3 left. I want you to see how close we come to dropping this for a tough albatross. If we can just aim a little bit more left than that, you're in a really good position to where if you're willing to gamble on your drive, you might be able to stick that one in for an albatross. If you don't want to gamble, then remember, take a normal approach on the drive and then bring your big dog and lay up on the green. I'll show you how to do that now 3 or 4 times. You'll be really good. This was my original shot. That's showing the right ball. But see, I'm playing this one 20% at max. I'm sorry, 20% at mid, and I'm using 5 bars of top spin. And it's too fast, and it's too far to the left, which is why I changed the elevation on my other account. I just wish the ball was showing correctly. Okay. So, hole number 7, 0% at mid. This is the one that I wish I could have back because I came so darn close to getting it dialed in. I barely missed on my tip account, and then I hopped over to this account, and then I was even closer. Okay, so what we do want to do is we want to go with a little bit more than 1 bar of backspin, or exactly 1 bar of backspin, and 2.5 bars of left side spin. And the reason we want to do that is because we want to play the fat part of the rough. We want to play the part of the rough that's right above the sand. So kind of look at how I'm playing it, okay? Notice here I'm slightly favoring the left-hand side of the cup. That's going to be so crucial on this shot. Perfect ball. And even though I was slightly favoring the left-hand side, we still missed this one by a hair to the right. I need you to offset this shot a little bit more to the left. The reason that I don't want you to add more left side spin is because you're not able to play the fat part of the rough. You'll be gambling, okay? You can play max left side spin if you want to, but if you hit a great ball to the right, you're going to be in trouble. So I do believe we can get this shot with a slight offset and play the fat part of the rough and get this ball to drop for a hole-in-one. And not many opponents are getting the hole-in-one anyways. Okay, so this is another replay that is screwed up, and I'm very sorry about it. I don't even have this ball, which is frustrating. But this is a berserker, okay? This is a berserker at 10% elevation at max distance of our club. And at this point, we're pushing back up to max, and we're going for a home run approach. I've been very fortunate to hit perfect balls in full OP today, which is another reason why, we're seeing a minus 33 because these drives are leaving me with short shots to execute. Oh, shoot, that's all on one replay. That's right. Okay. All right. Shot number 2 is also played at 10% elevation, okay? 10% elevation. I am playing this one at mid-distance of my club. What's going to be super important is that you test your own distance of your club because you might be at max. You might be different than me depending on how many yards you get on your drive. But we do hit this ball perfect. And man, this is another one to where I'm like, oh, if this one could have just gotten the hole, I'd be at a minus 35. So what do we learn from this? We learned that we want to change the elevation to a 15% pull. 15% pull wherever you're at, and that ball would have dropped. I tested it all the way around with the app and the numbers to make sure that that would work. All right, everybody, hole number 9. Please subscribe if you're not one already. We're about ready to crack 3,200. I think we can get there at the end of today. If a few people who aren't subscribers, just hit that subscribe button. Again, if you'd like to be a member of the channel, please check it out in the description below. If you would like to support my time and efforts throughout the week, you'll find a link to the PayPal in my comments. I'm super grateful for anybody who does that. And hit that thumbs up button to like the video, please. Okay, right side spin is going to be crucial on this shot. because on my other account, I smashed the ball, but I ended up in the left rough. Now, obviously, that's no big deal. It was a chip-in shot for an albatross. I missed it, but, it was a chip-in shot to try to get an albatross. Full top, 1.75 bars to the right. All right, you're going to see this right side spin come in, and it's going to save my butt. Full top, or full OP, I hit a great ball to the left. So watch this. Watch my right side spin really bail me out. It's fighting, and it stayed on the right-hand side. If I don't add that right side spin, I'm in the sand or I'm in the rough again, okay? That's going to leave us in for a chip-in shot. Now, I'm playing this one 10% at max. I absolutely did not want to be in end-bringer range. I wanted to be in thorn range like we were on the front nine. But I am lucky. I do pick up the albatross here. I'm playing a couple backspin shot approach at absolute max distance of my end-bringer with 10% elevation. Here we get the perfect ball. And oh boy, do we get the slow roll in for the albatross. Okay, everybody, best of luck. I will work on pro maybe later on today, but or probably possibly tomorrow. I might just take a little bit of a break before I play and follow my own advice, like I said, to give myself a little bit of a rest. But everything's done on rookie. Best of luck, and I appreciate every one of you.